This conference will now be recorded.
Fine. Um, so let us have a quick recap on yesterday's thing, and we will move on to the DCL and TCL. Yesterday we just saw that how truncate is working and how delete is working with respect to the identity property. Okay, and I asked you to do some tasks also on that. Now, actually, what truncate will do if I use identity property, what delete will do if I use identity property while creating a table. That's what my thing. So when I created a table with identity property like this, so I am, not supposed to enter the values. If you want to enter, don't give identity properties. Why you are using identity properties? In order to generate the series of numbers of that column. Correct? So here identity property, the moment you used identity property for that table and you delete that table, okay, deleted means what? You deleted the table. If I say that deleted that table means, it doesn't mean that you have deleted the structure also. No, you have deleted only the data inside it. If you have condition, no worries, based on the condition it is going to delete. If there is no condition, then it will not going to delete. Is that true? No, even though you
No,
have
it will
condition
delete.
or
Yeah.
yes. Yes, even though you have condition or you don't have condition, it is going to delete. Condition is an optional one. Okay. Condition is like a filter. That's it. Now, see, before if it is not an identity property, you apply delete and truncate, both are acting like a same. You will not find any difference. But if you use identity property, then you get to notice that I delete will delete the records row by row, whereas
And
truncate will delete the records at a time. That we have seen. Okay, so remember that and try to understand how it is using. You can follow this as well, like what are the steps we have done yesterday and all. So I hope you have done the tasks. If not, uh, make it done. This is the one, right? So check whether we can add the identity property using alter command. Do this and let me know. It's just a 2 minutes of time. Now, this is the thing I just want to tell you. Understand the difference between delete and truncate with identity property. That we just saw this, right? So I asked you guys to understand as well.
what is the
Fine.
difference between drop and truncate?
Drop and truncate.
Yeah.
Fine. Actually, that all things you need to tell today. That's the deal
Okay.
yesterday we just talked. It's okay, fine, I'll tell
Okay.
you.
Sorry. No, I was not available for yesterday's class, so I wasn't aware
Yeah,
of it.
it's
Sorry.
yeah, fine. So we have a couple of questions. So we will
Yeah.
see it. So, the main headache or the major important question is that what is the difference between drop, truncate, and delete? Okay, these three you have to understand carefully. We know that drop and truncate are DDL commands. Go Google and see, you will find drop and truncate are DDL commands and delete is a DML command. Of course, we know that. Of course, we know that. But what is so special about DDL? What is so special about DML? First, tell me what is difference between DML and DDL. Okay, Google will simply give such kind of differences, but we have to understand what is DDL and DML, right? Just give me a moment, guys. Fine. So, um, like DDL is nothing but it completely talks about the definition. Okay, like outer structure of the table, or else the way you created the procedure, the way you created the view. Okay, it is an auto committed one. The moment you use create command, it will affect the objects inside the database. Remember that. It completely affects. I'm not telling that it is going to damage the things. No, it will affect means what? It will create some changes. Okay, like what you have done, you have created something, it is going to do in the database. If you done something with the tables, it is going to do that something inside the database. That DDL will do. And DDL will not talk about the data. DDL and data are like enemies. Okay, if DDL comes this side, data will go that side. Remember that. Remember that carefully why I'm telling you. Okay, there is no connection between those two, DDL and the data. Whereas DML will completely focus on the data. DML, remember, DML will completely focuses on the data. Okay, so this is the main one difference we can find. Then okay, drop and truncate both are DDL. Okay, fine. It is going to have an auto commit, which is nothing but auto saving method. Fine, both will act the same. But what is the difference? See, drop will close its eyes and completely drop the table permanently. Okay, see, it will drop the table also. If you see, once you drop the table, and if you try to fetch the records from the table, you will be getting, an error called invalid object. Okay, whereas if you talk about the truncate, it will, you truncate the table, but you are going, if you, the moment you write a fetch command, then you're going to get the only structure after truncating. Okay, drop will clean the table, means dropping the table permanently from the database, whereas truncate will only truncate the data. You will get a doubt now, Bhavya, you told that DDL will not, consider the data. Now you are telling the truncate will drop the data. How? Yes, DDL will not talk about the data, even though truncate is a DDL. Okay, even though truncate is a DDL, it will not think about the data inside it. The thing is that what are the things that have inside the table that it is going to drop. It doesn't know that it is dropping the data. Truncate doesn't know that truncate, drop the data. You know, okay, see, drop and truncate, it's a major difference, but impacts more. It will not consider the data, it will not be aware of the data, like nulls are there or how many records are there. No, it will not about the data. And also remember, DDL will not talk about the metadata also. Many people will think that data definition structure of the data means maybe the metadata. No, it's not about the metadata. Metadata means what? Data about the data, right? What I told, DDL will not consider the data. It will only consider the structures. That's it. So truncate blindly goes to the table and it will clean the table. That's it. It, it will clean the table and permanently it will not come back. It will not roll back again. I'm telling you, right? It will not roll back. Roll back means what? If you want to, undo something, you have done something, but you want to undo that, then what you have to do? You have to use rollback. But truncate will not support that undo process. Okay, that is a, difference between drop and truncate. But here is a major point. What is the difference between truncate and delete then? Okay, I got some clarity that drop and truncate, but what is the difference between truncate and delete? Truncate will close its eyes and will clean the data permanently and it will not support the rollback. Fine. What about delete? Delete will delete the data inside the table, but delete will be aware of the data. Delete and data were friends. Single change happens to data, delete can capture that. Delete can observe that. Delete, insert, and update. These three commands are close friends to the data. Whatever happens to the data, these three can understand and identify, and these three are the responsible. Okay, whatever happens to the data, these three are the main, characters if something goes wrong with the data. Okay, if something goes wrong with the data, if these three are the main characters, someone has to control these main characters, right? Who are going to control these main characters, I will tell you in few seconds. But let us understand the difference. I don't want Google definition now. I found two differences. One is truncate DDL and delete DML. And I know what is DDL and I know what is DML. Okay, don't tell me that, Bhavya, what if you know? What we have to know, right? We all together know what is meant by DDL and DML. Okay, fine. Now, yesterday, while I'm ending up the concept of truncate and delete, we just understood the identity property. What it is doing? I told you that delete is a friend of data, truncate is not a friend of data. Why you are believing me? Am I a scientist? No, right? Why you should believe me? For that, I just proved with the concept. What I just proved, I used identity property and I try to truncate the data and I try to insert the data again. What it has done? It has truncated the data. If I try to insert the data again, from the starting onwards, it is inserting, right? Inserting, right? Which means truncate completely dropped the data. Completely dropped the data. And it doesn't read the data. If it reads, then it may record that next value should come. I deleted all the records, may next value will come. It will think like that. Not thinking, blindly it is moving. I cleaned the data, okay, something has to come insert. If they run me again, I will truncate the data. That it is thinking. What about delete then? No, I deleted the data. After that, I inserted the data into the table which has identity property. So what it is doing, 1 to 10 records I deleted, again I inserted, and it started inserting 11, 12, 13 like that. How it was happening like that? Because delete was maintaining the records of the data. Like how many records we have inside the table. Okay, these many records I just deleted. Okay, fine. After deleting, what insertion is happening? Okay, next record onwards, I need to generate the value that it is giving. That is the major difference. Okay, people know that only DML, DDL. Here we can't use where, here we can use where. Only that people know. Okay, try to know this concept also. Try to understand the concept. This is the major thing. Okay, if someone asks you how can you tell that delete is a close friend of data and why not truncate, then give this example we just saw, right? This example, identity property example. And there is no option, they should believe, that's it. Fine, we understood the DML also, right? Yeah. Is that clear about drop, truncate, and delete? everyone. Clear, right?
In truncate, data will get deleted, and the table structure would still get exist, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, that is, the table structure will exist logically, not physically.
No, no, physically also it will exist.
Okay. Other than DDL and DML, like, what is
Mm,
the, like, both the delete and truncate are trying to delete the data. Okay.
yes,
So in
correct.
truncate, you can't roll back the data, but in
Yes,
delete you can roll back the data, right?
yes, correct,
Other than
correct.
these differences, are there any other differences, Bhavya?
See, that is what I'm telling you, no? Use
Yeah.
identity property. So, yesterday we just tried to understand the identity property, right? So, what we
Okay.
understood, with that identity property, truncate at a time it is deleting the data, but
Hmm.
delete row by row it is deleting the data. That is why
Okay.
it is recording the next value.
Hmm.
Okay, and the one use case I will tell you that I just saw in the project. You know, see, there people use that. Uh, I am new to that project, but I just get to understand this difference in that project only. See, um, they want to insert one, you know, uh, i- one data into the table, some data into the table. So for that, they have written a condition that if so and so exist, truncate, else delete. Then I was totally confused. Truncate and delete both are different. Sorry, both are same because with the delete they did not use where condition. So what I just understand is that truncate and delete, even though delete was not having any where condition, both are same. Why did they use that? Else means some other conditions should use, right? But they have used same. But I get to know that table was maintaining the identity property. Then I started looking into, deeper.
Hmm.
The moment table has identity property based on the condition truncate and delete, if the condition is true, truncate should happen, which means all the data should delete at a time, and um, nothing should happen to the table. If the condition was false, it has to delete the data, but if I insert again, continuation should happen. That is the logic they have maintained there. By using what they have maintained, by using truncate and delete. Okay, so there we are going to understand it, if
Okay.
that is the case.
Sure.
Yeah. But remember, this is the main difference. What I feel is, being a my student should always be look, you know um, what separate from the group. That is why I will come up with such kind of things, and I want you to concentrate, everybody, not one. Fine, good. So I told you that delete, truncate, and update are the main characters of the data. Like whatever happens to the data, they are the main characters. Now, who controls that main characters? TCL will control the main characters. TCL will control the DML. How it is going to control, and what is the use of TCL? So I just gave that it is used to control the transactions that we made to the table. I searched a lot in the Google and I found this definition. Is that enough? I have lot of questions for you. How it is going to control the transaction? What is the use of controlling transactions? And
Commit and roll.
how? Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. See how, like, what are the commands we have? how it is going to work with real life. These are the questions I'm going to get if I look into this transaction control language. It's a simple thing, I will tell you. These are the commands actually we have. But before that, you should know that why TCL. Why TCL in SQL? I just get to know that we have a tool control language also, right? That is different and this is different. See here, very first, first classes of this course, I discussed about acid properties. Correct? Acid properties. What are acid properties? Very good.
Atomicity, durability,
Yes.
isolation,
Yes.
Consistency.
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 Good. Yes, nice. So remember, okay, please everybody remember. So because if you're experienced, people are going to ask about acid properties, I'm sure. Okay. See, I told you a concept regarding acid properties, like it is going to maintain as atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. But how? That's my question. We understood the concept, but how it implements practically? Is concept is enough? No, right? We need to understand it. We somehow we need to do that, right? We need to implement that concept, right? To implement that acid properties on the database, we use transactional control language. Transactional control language will maintain the consistency, will maintain the durability, will have the isolation, will have the consistency, something what atomicity also. See, atomicity means what? Either entire transaction should happen at one time. If it not was happening, it is going to decline. That is the thing, right? All those things, all these concepts we are going to implement by using rollback, commit, and save point, which are very important. Okay. On the high view, I will tell you, remember TCL, and you have some relation between TCL and acid properties. I'm going to connect these two now by using these commands. Okay. And people who are working with the Oracle, they will feel that bit difficult in the SQL Server. Okay, in the Oracle, it's okay that if you write rollback semicolon, commit semicolon, save point name semicolon. But here, not like that. Here, it is not like that. Okay, now rollback. Rollback means, simple English meanings I will give you. We will try to apply it in our real time scenarios with the SQL. Okay, rollback means undo. You know undo, right? What is the opposite of do? Undo. So if something has done, we have to undo that. We have to we should not apply the changes that we have done. In that case, we will find undo option. Like if you are sending an email, there also you will be finding an undo option, right? What? If you click on undo, it will not send. Email will not be sent. Similarly, rollback also. Rollback is nothing but an undo command. Commit. Commit means what? Simple. Saving. Simple thing is that saving the transaction. Committed the transaction means you have saved the transactions that you have done. That it means. Save point. See, point means one type of mark. What mark? Save mark. Okay. Um, like you have crossed the forest. In that you think that you are passing the route again and again, but you have one mark point there. This time you are keeping some mark points. Those mark points are your save points. If you feel that you reach it, that you can see the save point. If it is there, then you feel that okay, I'm traveling here only for many times. If you don't see that mark, then you think that okay, I'm moving forward. Like that only save point also. Save point is nothing but a mark kind of thing. Up to that mark, the transactions are saving. Okay, up to that mark. um Let me tell you a simple thing. See, I have a table like this. See, I have a table like this. Into this table, I just want to insert few more records. Now, up to two records, I just inserted one and I just inserted. And after two, I will have a save point which is nothing but P. This is my one save point. So again, I inserted three records. See, it's up to your wish. If you want to have save point for after one record, go and give. Of every five records, go and give. Every 10 records, go and give. Server will not, hit you. Okay. So after three records, I'm giving Q here. Okay. After five records, this time I'm taking after five. So after five records, I'm having PQR only, right? Yes. See, like that, I'm going to have a save point. What is the use of save point? If you commit all these transactions, if you run commit command, what happens? All these save points, all save points will be removed. All save points will be removed. If you done a commit one, if you commit those transactions, then all the save points will be removed. But what if you don't commit? Save points will be there. Once you done your all the all the insert command, all the insertions, all the deletions, all the updations, you will commit the things, right? So before that, you have some save points like PQR. So you have these save points. You didn't committed this one. Then you can roll back to the save points where you want to go. If you want to go to Q, just give rollback to Q. If you want to go to P, just give rollback to P. If you want to go to R, just run the command roll back to R. You know what happens? It will rolling back to P. Rolling back means what? It will undo the changes. So these are all the changes we have done, right? These are all the changes. So if I roll back to P, these all records will be vanished. These all records, are you getting? Will be removed. And you will be, your cursor will be moving, rolling back, right? Yes, it is rolling back to this command. It will roll back to this P. See, that save point will do. Remember, after committing, can we roll back? Logical one. I didn't tell you this answer so far. I didn't tell you. I want you guys to answer. After committing the transactions, can I roll back?
Yes, Bhavya, we can do.
After committing transactions, no. No, like, I think you might thinking that once you have entered the transactions, you can roll back. You might be thinking that, but I am asking that after running the commit, command.
Okay, after running the commit command, okay.
Ah, yes, after running the commit command, you can't roll back. But if you save, what you guys will think that, Bhavya, yesterday I just created a table, I didn't run any commit command. So you know what it is giving me? Like I did run any commit command. Today I'm going to fetch the records. So it means that it got saved in the backend, right?
Yeah.
You feel that. So you might be thinking that that is a commit one. No, it is, auto save options will be enabled by the DBA persons, or the person who gives us such kind of server and all, Microsoft people or Oracle people. By default they tell that the DML operations, the DDL operations, everything will be saving, everything will be saved in the backend.
Okay.
So but after running the commit command only, your transactions will be
Committed.
saved. Yes, committed. So once the transaction was committed, you can't roll back. Okay, you have uploaded your details in the where I can tell, okay, in the some bank, and in that bank you don't have an edit option, which means your details were already committed there, which means already saved there. So you cannot go back and save the changes. That is the concept here. Okay, so let us try to understand these three with examples. Most important thing, guys, why in the previous batches, within one day of within 1 hour I'm going to complete DCL and TCL by running the commands, that's it. But why I'm telling you this one, recently I noticed that people are facing the question of acid properties. Okay, even if they know acid properties, they should explain it, and how we will handle it, that also you need to explain. Okay, that for that I'm just taking this much of time. Now TCL, the very first one is that rollback and commit, we will see both at a time. Okay, let me create a table, fresh table. Okay, you don't know the previous tables, now let me create a table. What is the command to create a table? Normal table I'm just taking. I missed the table name, right? Table name is nothing but tab underscore one, I'm just taking. Okay, this is my table, and I am creating this table in DB7 database. Okay, make sure, yes, in the DB7 database, my table tab one got created. Now I will insert one record into the tab one table. Insert into tab one values. So what are the values I can take? Okay, one comma name, let me take ABC. This is one record, and the multiple records I can take like this, no? Multiple records I can take. Inside that you can mention the values. We have seen two methods. One is this, and another one is writing insert statements multiple times. Writing like this, and another way is that write one insert statement and try to take like this. And the second record, and the third record, something like that. And the fourth record is that. Now I will be inserting these records. Okay, the four rows got affected. Now let me query that. Select star from tab underscore one. Query this. Okay, this is the data I have right now. Now, see, if you want to work with transactional control language, you must use begin transaction keyword. Okay, begin transaction is compulsory. Bhavya, why I have to use begin transaction? Begin transaction tell the server that after begin transactions, what are the transactions that you are doing, those are all active. Is that true, Bhavya? Begin transaction will make the transactions active. Yes, it will make. Can you prove it, Bhavya? I will prove it. Okay, no worries in that. Now I'm just checking. Begin tran also you can take, or else transaction also you can take. I should spellings, that's why I'm taking transaction word. Begin transaction. What is my transaction? I want to delete now. Delete from tab underscore one. So this is my uh, transaction. Let me do one thing. Okay, first I will delete. I will not begin the transactions. First I will delete the records. Okay, first I just deleted this one. Now I don't have any data inside the table one. Now I will try to roll back. Begin transaction, roll back. Now I'm just rolling it back. Okay, commands completed successfully. Oh, nice. What about my data then? It was telling me command was successful. What about data? Not there. Why? Can you tell me why it was not rolled back? Because delete is not an active transaction. Pavya, how can you do that? In a few seconds, I will tell that. Okay. So that is why it is not rolling back. Now, I will do one thing. I will insert this data again. Observe, if you miss 1 minute, you're going to get confusion. Okay, now I'm inserting one record. I inserted that. So after that, I am beginning the transaction and I'm deleting it. Okay, now I deleted successfully. Now I don't have any data. Now let me roll back. Now see the table. Wow, what a magic. It's not magic, it's a concept. Okay, see, before this command, before begin transaction command, I just deleted and I try to roll back. I'm not getting the data. Correct? Correct? Similarly, here also, begin transaction will tell that an active transactions that I will prove by making you see as an error. But remember, with this also you can tell that DML. I can roll back. This is how you're going to roll back the data. Like I told you, one of the difference, truncate you can't roll back, but delete you can roll back. Why I can't roll back truncate? Because if I give begin transaction and if I give truncate command, it will show an error, syntax error. If you want, try it. So this is how I am rolling back. So now I will do one thing. Okay, I will right now I have data, right? Now I will begin the transaction again. Begin transaction. I am deleting the thing. Delete from tab underscore one. Correct? So I am just committing. I told you one thing. If I commit the transaction, I will not roll back. Correct? So here I did not commit it, but I begin the transaction. Here I begin the transaction and I am saving the transaction. Okay, I am deleting the transaction and saving. Right now I don't have any data. Now I will try to roll back. According to my statement, data should not be rolled back. Correct?
Yes.
Now let whether it is rolling back or not. Does it roll back? No.
No.
Which means committed statements can't be rolled back. Okay. First run this first, one what you have to do is create a table, insert the records, select from it. After that, just run delete one. Delete from tab underscore one. So after that, roll back. After that, this command. After that, run this command. After that, again insert the values. Again insert the values. Now begin transaction and delete. After that, again run this command. For practice, I'm telling you. Don't tell me that why Bhavya is telling this. Okay. So after that, commit and roll back. And note down the differences you find. Now we find the difference. Now I proved my points. But I know that while teacher is sorry, while somebody is proving the points, we feel like, oh my god, is that correct? Can this actually happens? And we'll be in a shock dilemma. But if you try practicing it, we will remember it. Okay, somehow I just done all this. Now I want to have some save points. Even with the same update also, in the place of delete command, try to take update. You guys take update command. If you want, I will write it down, no worries in that. But before that, let me explain the save point also. Okay, now I want to insert, I think I don't have any records, right? So let me insert these records. So 4 records I have. I'm just inserting it. Yeah, now I have 4 records. I have 4 records. Yes, I have. Now I want to insert one record. Okay. For that, what I want to do? Begin transaction. I want to begin the transaction. Begin transaction. Insert. Insert into biggest task. Insert into tab for one values. So one value I will be taking 5 and entered. After I'm just having a save point. Um, save, little change in the syntax with respect to save point. Here you will not be taking save point and name, but you will be taking save save trans p. Enough. Okay, after fifth one, you're going to have a one save point. Okay, one row affected. Now I will see control E. Okay, now one row inserted. Don't think that here one line will be drawn and here P will be visible. No, it will not visible for us. Backend it is going to do. Now again I'm going to create another save point. Again I'm going to have a save point. So here I'm going to take Q. There is Q. Yeah, here. Q, and after that I'm going to take another record also. That is 6 7 I will be taking 6 and the 7. After that something. Yes. Don't try to read the names. So now I have 2 save points, right? So let me see this table again. See, I have 5 6 7, these three. After 5 I have save point. After 7 I have Q save point. Now I to roll back to the P, which means I want to delete these two records. I want to roll back. These are the two changes I made, right? 6 and 7 are the two changes I just made. I don't want to keep that changes. I want to go back to the fifth record now. Now, what I have to do? I have to roll back. If I roll back, last committed statement I'm going to see. But I don't want to go to the last committed. I want to go to P. So for that, you should mention that rollback P. Don't give transaction anything. Just give rollback P because I need to go to P. So just run this command. Array, incorrect syntax. I think transaction need to give rollback transaction P. Yes, correct. So this is the command you need to run. Now let us see here whether 6 and 7 got deleted. Did they deleted? Yes. What happened? See, after P, I just inserted two records that I don't want because these two records got inserted, which means the changes has happened to the table. I don't want to maintain those table changes. I want to go back to the P position. For that, I have taken roll back to this P save point. Now you will be having the save point P. If you keep this Q here, if you give it here Q, it will hit you with an error. Cannot roll back Q. Why I can't roll back? Because no transaction or save point of that name was found. Why it was not found? Because I just rolled back from here to here, right, to P, right? At that time this P got deleted, that save point got deleted. That is what we have seen here, right? That is what we have seen here, right? See, if P and Q was there, so when once I roll back to P, what happens? This Q got deleted. So that is the thing you need to understand here. Okay, and I told you one thing. This is how you're going to roll back this to the save points. That's okay, fine. I told you that once you commit, all the save points will be deleted. That is my thing, right? Can you justify that answer first? Once you commit, all the save points will be deleted. This is my statement. Option A. Do I want to give option A and option B? No, right? Simple logic here. See, I I told you that if you commit, all the save points will be deleted. Hurry, yaar. See, if I commit, I can't roll back, right? If I can't roll back, what is the use of having save points? Correct? And I can't go to that save point as well. So that is why the save points will be deleted. Okay, fine. So let me do it one thing. I just told you that begin transaction will make the transaction. Excuse me. Begin transaction will make the transaction active. That is the statement I just passed before 5 minutes. Let me prove this. These all the things you need to remember. Then only you will become a good developer. Tab underscore one values. So let me insert 6 because it got already deleted. Uh, this time I will take my name. Okay, this is the thing. Now I will be inserting this. No, I will have a save point after this. Save transaction Q. Q already deleted, so I'm just taking Q. I'm just running
You
this.
no need to mention begin transaction for this.
Sorry.
So before
Yeah,
writing save transaction,
yeah,
you
I want to mention, right? Yeah, that's true that I should mention. But
okay.
at the same time, I want to prove one thing. Like begin transaction was acting like an sorry, begin transaction making this transaction as an active. This I
Yeah.
told you. I just want to do that. Okay, it's true that you should mention begin transaction if you are using save, rollback, and commit.
Okay.
It's true. I have said is completely true. But I just want to prove. Now I'm just executing the save transaction.
Okay.
Arey, why it got executed? It should not, no? Save. Okay, let me roll back. Roll back to this queue now. Mm, begin begin transaction. Sorry, roll back. Roll back. Tran queue. Commands completed successfully. Let me see it. No, yeah, it should not done. Begin insert into table one values I just inserted. After that, um, create a save point. If it is not working in my thing, try. It's up to you. Save transaction queue. It should display an inactive transaction. The transaction is inactive. Let me delete one thing. Delete from tab. Okay. Let me insert a few things. I just have a save point right now. Let me insert into tab underscore one values, which is 7, and um, let me take above. Fine. So let me insert this and see my table. Okay, 6 and 7 was there. Now after 6, I just have a few save point, right? Now let me roll back this. Okay, fine. Oh my god, why it is working? It should not work, no? Okay, fine. Try by your end. I'm not getting it. Because in another laptop I tried and it is getting. And I don't know why here I'm not getting. But it's true that begin transaction means begin transaction will make that it is an inactive transaction. Okay. Please try it because I can't able to prove it, right? Okay, if I'm able to prove that, I will send the thing. If not, try you have to try by yourself because in another laptop I tried and I'm getting it. Fine. So that is all about transaction control language. And I told you that I will be having some connection between TCL and acid properties, right? So 5 minutes of concept, that's it. See, here I am just saving the transaction, and here I am deleting the transactions. And if I don't want to delete, I can roll. if I am not hit the commit statement. The similarly with the acid properties also same. See, once I inserted their card into the ATM, it should give the money. If it is not giving, what it has to do, it has to decline, which means, see, entering the pin after entering the money, my transaction was failed. In that case, all these transactions should be rolled back to the previous position. Okay, that is the rollbacks acting like that. So once the money was taken, then your transaction should be committed, because you cannot insert the money into that ATM again, right? The transaction was already committed. If you want to have some changes, go to bank and deposit the amount. So that is how commit was acting. Like, withdraw the money, then the transaction was committed, the transaction was saved. That's it, right? So before that, you cannot tell to the ATM that, hey, stop there and undo the change. No, you will not tell that. Once the transaction was done, and you cannot change it also. Okay, now you withdraw 1,000 rupees. Can you change that you withdraw only 500 rupees? No, it will clearly show you that you have drawn 1,000 rupees. That is how commit is going to act. And the save point, see, um, for example, at a time you're going to withdraw through ATM, your parents want to withdraw from bank, and your mother should withdraw from phone pay, like need to have some transactions from phone pay. So if you are doing all these three transactions at a time, these three transactions will be having, some processing time. At that processing time, you can roll back. Once these all three transactions was done completely, then your transactions are committed. That is how save point is acting. Okay, so what is the use of it? I told you, right, consistency, durability and all. So because of, in order to maintain all those properties, we will be using the TCL language. Okay, of course, rarely we are, bound to use this. I hope you get some clarity about this TCL now. Fine. Yeah, that's all for today. I thought of finishing DCL also. No worries. Tomorrow we will see this DCL. Yeah, anything? Any doubts here or any difficulty in TCL? But try it. Okay. Better you can take the screenshot, or if you want me to send, I will send. No worries in that. Is this one? Yeah.
Thank you, Bhavya.
That's all for today, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.